Guys, Kev here, and I want to talk about the Jack Wolf Knives Vampire Jack. So it is October, it is Halloween season, and rightfully so, the Vampire Jack is back. Didn't mean for that to rhyme. As you can tell, I got some nifty slips here from my boy Troy over at Northwoods Leatherworksco. Check him out on Instagram. I actually stole this slip from my canine jack. But I don't carry that so often, and it was just sitting in my case, and I was like, I could repurpose this slip. And then I just put the canine back in its old slip that I was using for something else. So real quick, let me show you the packaging on this bad boy because it is very, very cool. So the artwork is not the same artist as we've seen before. This is done by J. Gonzo Art. So J. Gonzalez, I would say. Art. J. Gonzo Art. Sorry, it took a second there. And then it has some information here, which is very cool. But look at this tube art. You have a boy, Jack Wolf, about to drink some blood of this Chica Vampire Jack right there. And then, of course, you're going to get your Pog, which I really like the way the Pog's looking on this one. It's got that different text. And then the same image there. And it's got sort of these bat wings or something on the side. It's pretty cool. This might be one I need to get in poster form. And then we have this image, Vampire, right here on the sticker. It looks like I got two of those, which is cool. And then you get your slip and everything as well. Close that up. This is going to go into my box of boxes, so I keep it nice and fresh. And you guys have seen the Vampire Jack before. This is my OG Vampire Jack. And I love this. This is one of the better models in my opinion. They're all good, but I've really enjoyed the Vampire Jack. It's one of my favorites. I bonded with it last year at Blade West, which ironically I'm heading there tomorrow. It's very late right now. It's like 1:30 a.m. on Tuesday, the 10th of October, and I'm up editing a video so I can get it out for the Urban EDC drop. And I figured I'd get this video filmed before I head out because I have thoughts. I opened it up today, the new one. We're about to talk about it. But this is the OG here in the Lava Flow Fat Carbon Belt Satin M390. Very nice. It's one of those models that was a little less pinchable than others, but I learned to just, dig in and pinch it. And compared to the last release, the Pioneer Jack, it feels almost like it's way easier to open than I remember, which is good. It's one of the most comfortable models they came out with. And, yeah, let's take a look at the new version, or I should say the re-release. And here it is. I went with something different this time, guys. I always go with the carbon fiber and the belt satin. And I just felt like this one was calling me. This has dark matter red fat carbon on it. And I got a good couple of pieces here. I feel like I get good color throughout here and a nice little bit here. It looks nice. And then it's DLC everything else. DLC blade. Now it's going to fingerprint, obviously. I was just thinking I should put some wax on it because I always put the Wicked wax on these to make sure they don't rust. But hey, it's DLC. You don't have to worry about it. Yeah, this is just a gorgeous one, and I think it goes perfectly with the one that I already have, and I thought that would be kind of cool to have this combo right here. So that's why I went with this version. Differences, I would say the spring tension feels a little stronger. Maybe just a little crisper as well. It's still breaking in. You know, I picked it up today. Yeah, I had to pick it up, guys. I worked for this one. So all you guys out there get mad and tell me I get free stuff. No, I had to work for this one. This went to my old address, so I had to drive 40 minutes to pick this up off my old porch. So don't you tell me that this was free, all right? This was sent to me by Jack Wolf Knives. Shout out to them. The drop for this guy is going to be on the 20th, I believe, of October. So the 20th at 2 p.m. Eastern at your favorite dealers. I always link them down below for these videos. So the tang corners or the spring, something's a little bit tighter, which is nice. This one is obviously well broken in, but it does feel like the spring has a little bit more pop to it. The Vampire was always a model that had good hop to it. It was the first one that really like jumped. When you got to half stop, it would kind of do that, you know, which is very cool. I would say somehow it feels a little more pinchable. I was telling Ben that, and he's like, no, I didn't change anything. But it is possible that this example here somehow, you know, it just happens to sit a little bit lower in the handle. And this example here just happens to sit a little bit higher in the handle. And it feels more pinchable to me. I think more than anything, it's the fact that we had the Pioneer last. And that one just was hard for me to pinch. On top of the fact that this also has DLC, which makes it a lot easier to grip, I think, than other finishes. Even though belt satin's not hard, but you can see sometimes I slip off. This one I don't have that with. One other thing you should notice right away is there's a couple changes to the handle design and the blade. So you're going to have triple flutes. Right here, 1, 2, 3. Triple flute, and it looks like we have a double down here. On this guy, you're going to have a single flute here and a single flute here. So that's obviously a difference. Your sharpening choil has been extended, so this notch here, excuse me, is a little bit deeper on this version right here. You're also going to have S90V steel on this guy and M390 steel on this guy. One other thing to mention is, yes, this is dropping on the 20th, but they did just do a release of the Midnight Jack. So I'll try to link that below as well if I remember, but I believe it's the Sportsman's Warehouse. They did like a special order, and they ordered a bunch of Midnights in purple haze and gold fat carbons. So if you've been looking for a Midnight, hopefully they're still available right now. You can go pick one up there. But I wanted to mention that because that happened today. So that's cool to see because everybody's been waiting for the Midnight to come back. But I got to say, guys, this is the showstopper for me. As soon as this came out of the box and I opened it just one time, I went, holy shit. That is why I love Jack Wolf Knives. I won't lie. I think maybe I was feeling a little bit stale on it after the last one. I did like the Pioneer Jack. I thought it was a really good model. I don't really have any, there was nothing wrong with that model. But somehow it just felt like things were getting a little stale. And I've always wanted a modern traditional sod buster. So again, I don't really understand why I felt that way, but I did. But as soon as this came out of the package and I opened it and closed it and held it in my hand and looked at the DLC, I said, oh, this is special. I know that sounds dumb. I have another one right here. Why am I so excited, right? There's just something about this in DLC that really pops. I mean, I am not a DLC guy. As you guys look at my collection, I am zero. I'll show you my coated blades. Okay. This one was sent to me by Tempest Knives. And I love it. And I probably would choose the black wash when it comes to the microburst. But I didn't necessarily choose that. The Mini Barber was the same thing. Matt sent this my way to review and then was kind enough to actually give it to me, which is amazing. And then the only other coated knife I have is a Mash. This is the only one I really chose because it's a Divo knife, and I could have easily kept a black handle satin one, and I went with this because I just like the way this blue pops, and I like their black wash. But the point is, out of I don't know, 50 or 60 knives if we're counting all my slip joints, there's like 2 or 3 that are coated. So I'm just not a fan of coated blades, but this is superb. It really is. It makes me question my decisions the past few months because they've been doing these DLC runs now for a little while, and the one that I really wish I would have gone with is that laid back jack with the purple Kieranite and the DLC. Oh man, this really makes me go, oof, I made a mistake. And I love the one I have, but I made a mistake. The Vampire Jack is just supremely comfortable in the hand. It is such a good user. It melts into your hand. You look at that coffin shape and you just go, that can't be comfortable. It is. It's extremely comfortable. It's one of the most, if not the most comfortable Jack Wolf you can get. It's still got that stupid thin, full hollow grind, nice and thin. And it just has that aggressive spear point blade. I just love this dagger blade on here. I actually got in a little bit of a argument with somebody about whether this is a coffin handle or not. Somebody was saying, why is it called the Vampire Jack? It doesn't look like a coffin or a vampire or anything. And I honestly don't know how you look at this knife and don't go, oh, okay, yeah, Vampire Jack. Makes perfect sense. It's got a spear pointy, pokey, what do you call it? Vampire fang, toothy thing going on here. It's got the coffin handle. It's got a coffin shape at the end of the handle here. I don't know. To me, as soon as I heard this was the Vampire Jack, when I first saw it last year, I went, oh yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. So I just find it odd that some people don't see it. But, there's times where I don't see things like that either. Sorry, it's late and I'm rambling. But I guess my point here is I love the Vampire Jack. It's really one of my favorite models from Jack Wolf Knives, and I spent the weekend at Blade Show last year doing this. So if you come by the table, which is 9E at Blade Show this year, now this video is going to post after that, but let's say you did come by the table, right? You're probably going to see this. You're probably going to see me doing it again. So it's sort of a pastime now. It's a tradition for me to have a Vampire Jack out and have that be my carry at Blade Show west every year, and I am here for it. I have some really sick slips for them. Troy made me this slip last year for the Vampire Jack, and I love it. It does sit a little deeper on this one. And then this one was actually for the Canine Jack, but I was like, hey, this could look absolutely stunning with my new Vampire. So let me see if it fits. This is a red Butero leather, and then it has black wax on it. And this thing slots right in there perfectly. And I got a little more meat sticking out, actually. I think I prefer it. So I can get a better grip on it, where this one I kind of have to like dig in a little bit. They're both fantastic, but I do love me some ghost leather. So moving some things around. I'm probably going to need a new slip or two coming up soon. Just waiting on Troy to get back into the game. But another fabulous release from Jack Wolf Knives. I hope these do well. I know a re-release can be tricky, you know. It's some people have the knife already, like I do. The question is, will they buy another one, or are there enough new people to buy more, right? And I think if you're out there and you have a Vampire Jack and you're wondering, is it worth picking one up? I would say it is. I can't say with a certainty that I would have done it had this not been sent to me. But I did just move, and I'm just not spending a lot of money right now on the hobby to try to just make sure, I'm being responsible. But if you do have the funds and you're wondering, like, is it worth the differences? Are they worth it? I would say 100% they are. This DLC really sets this knife off. It makes it completely feel different, yet the same and at home, And if you have a lava flow like this, now you have a matching one, right? Or you could go all black with the full tie version. You could also go with I believe there's just an all bead blasted version with the hand satin that looks cool. I'm trying to think if there's any special handle materials this time. And I just can't think about it right now. I'm not putting that together. I think there's actually 3. Yeah, I think there's 3 fat carbons. There's purple haze with belt satin, which would have been my no-brainer choice if I hadn't have been like, I should do something different. Then there, I believe, is there a blue one? Is there a blue one? I don't know if there's a blue one. I don't know why my brain's saying there's a blue one. Then there's the 2 titanium versions, all black, and then the bead blast with hand satin. And then there's this one. That's 4. I can't think of the 5th one. I'm sorry. I really don't think that it's blue. I think I'm just crazy. And I'm thinking that. But hey. Anyway. I think there's enough different versions that you could make it worth it getting another one, right? Especially if you want all tie or something, or you want the DLC. It really is a different feeling. The one thing I'll say, I personally didn't like the looks of the all titanium versions for one reason. They look fantastic, but they have a screw right here. There's an exposed screw right here on this swell. And for me, that just throws off the symmetry. I love this knife because it has the symmetry all over. I mean, I know it's not perfectly symmetric and all that stuff, but like that screw just throws it off for me. Personally, I know that's not going to be for everybody, but I just want to, put out my honest feel on that. Yeah, fantastic knife. Can't wait to see how they do. And I can't wait to carry this for the next 3 weeks, a month. That's just how it goes with Jack Wolf. It's amazing how long they stay in my pocket. But I'm going to get this packed up for Blade Show. I do not want to forget to pack this guy. So I love you guys. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. Check out the drop on the 20th. I believe it is the 20th. It's down below. And shout out to Ben and the team over there. And love you guys. Hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. And I will catch you later.